101 people have died of fentanyl overdoses in Yakima County over the past 2 years alone. That accounts for more than half of the county's fatal overdoses. Representative Dan Newhouse has just created a task force to deal with the opioid crisis in Central Washington.
KVU's Emily Goodell spoke to Newhouse, who says it's not about the numbers, but the real people hurt by this crisis.
Air Force veteran William Wanacott and his brother James Wanacott both died of drug overdoses in Yakima County, but their father won't let them be forgotten.
And I'm very happy that he was able to do that, reach out to me personally to tell the story about his sons, William and James. It really helped to make the crisis real.
They inspired Newhouse to put forward the William and James Wanacott Act, which increases penalties for people who sell or distribute drugs laced with fentanyl.
We can talk about statistics, numbers, trends, but when we know people in our community that this has impacted directly, that really brings it home on how serious this is.
Serious enough for Newhouse to create the Central Washington Fentanyl Task Force, made up of 24 members representing treatment centers, nonprofits, healthcare organizations, law enforcement, and governments.
People who are, I would say, on the front lines of fighting this crisis that we have.
At the local level,
the hope is that we can advocate for stronger policies on our border to try to keep the fentanyl from coming in. A lot of people with young children, we're really scared. The frustration about how to manage this, it's coming into our schools and our homes and our public spaces. And so we really do want to see some form of action locally, but on a broader scale.
At the state level,
we need to find solutions faster, because as we're working on this, people are dying in the streets. There's a large amount of money from the state budgets to fix this problem, but we have to hear from those who are faced with decisions regarding this crisis on a daily basis.
And at the federal level.
It can't just be, for instance, all law enforcement. We have to look at every aspect of this issue to really come up with solutions that would be meaningful and useful.
Newhouse says they plan to meet at least quarterly and to have their first meeting as soon as possible. Reporting, Emily Goodell, KVU Local News.
Newhouse says there's no funding attached to the task force, but part of the work will be finding ways to fund any changes they decide will help address the crisis.